Well, boys, it's the day. Today, I get to switch out my Multimatic shocks on my McGaughys 4-inch kit to the McGaughys M84 series reservoir shocks. This has been talked about for a while. A lot of people are asking me questions. Which one should they go with, and what my thoughts are. And right now, I've been driving around on the Multimatics with this kit. And today we get to switch over to the M84 series reservoir shocks and get a comparison. I've drove a handful of trucks now with the Multimatic shocks, from stock to leveled. Well, really can't level them, that's a whole nother subject, but modified ride height, and also on the 4-inch kit. And then I've drove a lot of 4-inch McGaughys kits with the M84 series emulsion shocks, and obviously with the reservoirs as well. I do already have a little bit of a performance perspective, but today I want to see what it's going to be like with my truck being switched over to those shocks. So I've got about 3,500 miles on this truck as is, towed with it, daily driving, went on a couple trips. Again, 3,500 miles, not anything crazy, but I'm gonna have a comparison now of the Multimatics lifted versus the M84 series reservoir shocks. And I just wanna point out, these tires, I run around town at about 45 PSI, which the stock tires on this truck were 50 PSI. So I'm a little bit lower on the PSI. And then when I'm towing, I do raise the PSI to 65 PSI. So I wanted to make that aware, because there's another subject that I talk to a lot of truck owners about, is that tire pressure can make a big difference on these trucks. And a lot of times, because you have a stock truck with, whether it's an AT4X that comes with the 18-inch off-road tire package that's 50 PSI, or you have a stock 2500 Denali or AT4 non-Multimatic shock truck, those have 20s or 18s, and they have 80 PSI tires on them. So that makes a huge difference on how the truck will ride. Obviously, those other trucks too have a different shock as well. So we've got some comparison to play with. And as you can see here, like always, this one's at 4 inches. We are measuring from center hub to the fender lip at 28 inches, signifying 4 inches of ride height difference. So we're gonna change out the shocks today, and I'm gonna get to drive it home, put some time on it. I'll tow with it, daily drive, and take some road trips on it. And the next video following after this will be more of a comparison, but today we're gonna be installing them, so I'm gonna do a video of the installation of those shocks. I got here just in time to see my freshies getting finalized. They just finished putting these together. These are the fronts. And you got the rears here as well. These are valved and set up to be working with the non-torsion bar drop bracket, which changes how the shock is reacting compared to a shock, bolted to the lower control arm without the bracket. So there is differences, and when you want to obtain the best seat of your pants performance, this is what they are doing here in-house. Here we are. We've got some Multimatics sitting on the cart. They are out of the truck. And as suspected, I feel like there's a dead zone on these shocks, like a small little slight dead zone within the valving, or I don't know how these things work exactly. I know they're a lot more complicated than a regular shock. They are a good shock. They ride really nice on the highway, but when I get into some of the really rougher, just street stuff, like going over railroad tracks and stuff like that, or even speed bumps, I just feel like there's a little bit of a dead zone with it, which is contributing to the ride quality. So they're out of the truck now. I'm not saying that they're bad shocks, but now we get to try some M84 reservoir shocks on the AT4X. And just so we're clear here, I think this is gonna warrant me getting some rock lights. So I think that's gonna be the next purchase that I need to set up and order, is some Baja Design rock lights. Obviously I got some little magnet lights on here lighting this up, but let's check it out in there. Upper control arm like we've had, but now we've got the M84 series reservoir shock, and the mount that also goes along with it that goes off the upper shock mount as well. So that holds the billet clamp and the reservoir in place. So that's the front here. And then let's go look at the rear, which the rear, we're gonna have to go over on the driver's side to see it a little bit better. We have the reservoir in the rear as well. And I want to make a note real quick here that if you notice, the billet clamp is at the top of the shock and holding the reservoir at the very bottom side of the reservoir. The hose is pointing down. So I've been told that they're going to be sending out instructions to specifically make sure that the billet clamp goes in that position so it's not at the middle of the shock body and causing any possible it's just the proper way that they want to see these things installed. So that's the M84 series shock on the back of the truck. And we've got a nice drive home from the McGaughys facility back down south. So I'll have a little bit of time on the road. And then obviously I'll have some daily driving, and then I'll hook up to the trailer and tow with these things as well. And just get a good baseline. I've previously had about 3,500 miles on the truck, lifted, maybe a little bit more than that. And I've got a good baseline on how this truck drives around town and everything. So it's gonna be a good difference on, you know, what I'm gonna feel with these M84 series shocks, which I'll make another video and follow up with that. And maybe we can talk McGaughys into doing another SKU number and offering the AT4X ZR2 package kit with an M84 series shock, so you can do something similar to this and ditch your Multimatics. I've talked to a lot of people with these AT4X and ZR2s, and it is very mixed opinion on the Multimatic shocks. Some people have experienced exactly what I've been feeling, and then others just haven't really noticed a difference. So we're gonna get some seat time and see how this all goes, and we'll just go from there. Make another video and let you guys know. Truck's still set up at 4 inches. Nice angles underneath there, but okay, we're done. It's dark out. I need to get on the road and get some seat time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys got any questions, feel free to reach out to me on my social media pages, Instagram, Facebook. YouTube is really hard to communicate with people. Comments are cool, but there's no messaging side of things. So feel free to reach out to me on my social media. Thank you.